Good evening. Last year, I gave a statement to Council about the benefits of plant-based eating, and I'm grateful to Councillor Warren for meeting with me. I learned that BaNES doesn't have much direct responsibility for catering, and it seemed at the time that there was little scope within the Council for progressing plant-based eating initiatives. The National Plant-Based Council's campaign has had many wins, including councils at Exeter, Calderdale, Oxford, Oxfordshire, and most recently, Nottingham, making statements or passing motions in support of plant-based eating. I'm pleased to say that, along with Iris Gerossa and Anthony Simpson, who are also speaking today, a local Bath and North East Somerset group for plant-based councils has now been formed. See the website plantbasedcouncils.org for info. I'm here again because we are still in a climate emergency. It has not gone away. Globally, last month was the hottest August on record, making it the 15th consecutive month of record high global temperatures. Last year was the hottest year for the planet on record. This year is on track to beat it. In the UK, the extremely high rainfall between last October and this March that caused such havoc for farmers, significantly reducing crop yields, was found by scientists to be made 10 times more likely and 20% wetter due to climate breakdown. In the last week, Storm Boris caused extensive flooding across Central Europe, tragically killing 23 people and forcing the evacuation of thousands from their homes. In fact, so many measurable indicators of Earth systems are off the charts, and so numerous are the global impacts of climate breakdown that I could be here for hours listing them. The word emergency doesn't even get close. So we urgently need to get to net zero, but we simply cannot do that without addressing our food systems. They are responsible for a quarter of all greenhouse gas emissions. Considering European emissions for the food sector, 83% are due to animal agriculture. Plant-based eating is the elephant in the room. If you are serious about meeting your net zero commitment, and I quote, to provide the leadership to enable the Bath and North East Somerset area to become carbon neutral by 2030, as well as doing the same for our own operations, then you must get serious about reducing emissions from our food systems. And to do this, there has to be a shift away from diets with high meat and dairy consumption to diets that are predominantly plant-based. Showing the leadership you lay claim to is really what I'm asking for, to lead by example. Despite having little direct authority over catering decisions, you could make the bold move to issue a statement in support of plant-based eating within council settings. This would demonstrate real leadership. The normalisation of plant-based menus and eating in wider society requires such acts of leadership by our institutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Councillor Guy?
Thank you, Matt, but no factual questions.
Councillor Moss?
No factual questions.
Councillor Hale?
No factual questions, thank you.
Councillor Warren?
No factual questions, thank you.
Councillor Wright?
Defer to Councillor Helgers.
Thank you for your statement. How much emissions could be saved by going to a 100% plant-based diet?
So if you go to a vegetarian diet, you can reduce the carbon emissions by about 50%. And I think an Oxford University study showed that if you go fully plant-based, you can reduce them by 73%. So it's significant savings, which is good because in the UK, our food sector has a 50% above average emissions for against the global average. So we're starting from a very high emissions point.
Thank you, Matt. So your statement will go back to the relevant cabinet member. May I ask